Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. I am Barbara Ann. Copyright disclaimer. Under the Copyright Act of 1976, I am within my full legal right to share these following clips via photographs, video, audio, and screenshot from the public domain. The following creators allow reshare, download, and redistribution of their content, and as always, I credit them in the description box down below. Fair use, public domain, TikTok, and TikTok Live third-party license allows fair use for the purposes of reaction, commentary, news reporting, entertainment, parody, teaching, research, criticism, scholarship, and comedy. I am within my basic human right, my civil constitutional rights to share under the First Amendment to the Constitution, my thoughts, feelings, critiques, and criticisms, opinions, and expressions. The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees my freedom of religion, free speech, free assembly, freedom of the press, and the right to petition the government and air my grievances. The First Amendment does not cover lies that amount to defamation, slander, libel, harassment, threats, targeting, bullying, cybercrimes, doxing, and any other verbal crimes.
Say, I'm not clout chasing, but yep. So whatever. On me for trusting somebody that said they wouldn't fucking go clout chasing, but did. Makes it to where I don't want to start up anybody. So, that, but everybody's making me out to be this bad guy because I was honest with her and said I didn't feel it. We met once and then I was like, I just don't feel it. Oh, you're an asshole. Yeah.
You are an asshole.
I'm an asshole for telling the truth.
You're an asshole. You know
what is clout chasing means? That means she started doing interviews and started talking to people, and like her first video was "fuck you, Ryan." And see, I do not lie. I haven't lied about anything. You're gonna speak the truth. That what? Going to expose it with Gypsy. Right? I have a text between you two. Speak the truth, or I'm going to expose it with Gypsy. Okay, negative Nancy, go expose it. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but okay. 2 years now, and I don't lie, so whatever. Thank you, Sarah. I am smiling. Life is good. You're going to lose everything, negative Nancy, with what? Yourself? Lose everything with what? I'm going to lose. You're going to lose everything. What? You know what you lost, negative Nancy? You lost your access. You lost your access.
Because he's so
famous, lost your
right?
access. Oh. You just lost. Oh. You just. Oh. You just. Oh. You just.
Lost your access.
You just lost everything. I never said I love you. Never called her my girlfriend. I don't know. People bees like that, I guess. I don't know. So they try to make me angry, and then when I go angry and say something, then they got me, and then I'm an asshole, and then they make a video saying, look at Ryan. They want me to be dramatic, and they want me to lose my mind, and they want that. And when you do it, that's content. Who cares? It's strangers. I get it, but they're making money off me, like losing.
First of all, Ryan Anderson, you hopped your ass all the way up on Sarah Fraser not once but twice. Where you sat there bragging about having a girlfriend that you've been talking to for a couple months and that she's coming to visit you. So don't sit here and try to do that girl dirty now, lying on her. Because you depend on grifting, conning, and scamming women, not only for live gifts, but pushing them to go buy your cameos, because that is out of necessity that funds your lifestyle. That's fine, but be honest about it. The fact that you were so quick to take this woman's money and then try to dispose of her and then try to lie about what really happened, and you're continuously trying to do the same exact thing. Anytime a woman pushes back or even asks you a simple question that you do not like, you get pissed off and you block. You spent your whole life being nothing but angry and rude to people. That is the problem. Ain't nobody over here trying to catch you getting angry, trying to clip you out of context. In fact, I will show you, you don't get enough views to get paid on videos about you. Believe it or not, Ryan, there are people that have been here for years that know the truth that you won't even look into yourself. Ain't nobody out here wishing ill on you, but after 2 years of watching you treat people like shit, talk to people like shit, do people dirty, all because you want to sit there and play heartbroken because Gypsy did you dirty. It's always everybody else's fault except for the person who did it to you, Ryan. And that is disgusting. Stop making excuses for Gypsy, and people need to stop making excuses for you. Nobody is out here trying to harm you or trying to clip you out of context. Like I said, you don't get enough views to even get paid off of, first and foremost. It's always the motherfuckers talking about clout chasing, attention, that literally are the ones that are doing it.
I love Gypsy.
Yesterday.
All right. That's right. And the first moment she gets, now she's attention seeking. It hurts. It's like, do I have anybody I could trust? But it does bother me that now she's clout chasing. And clout chasing? Why? I don't give nobody no clout. Like, you talk to her and you know. I have texts that say otherwise, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. So
why are you mentioning it?
Say I'm this and that, but they're never going to stop me from smiling and laughing. You know what I mean? That's how you deal with it. You just, yeah, I know the truth.
He looks so happy, doesn't he?
I know.
Calling names,
I know
blocking,
the truth, and that's what you have to
acting
do.
Acting out of anger,
like
blaming
I
other
sleep
people,
good at night
negating, dark,
because I know the truth. I know what happens.
It's everybody else's
fault. It's sad the hate that people are throwing at me right now for, you know, it is what it is. You have to have positive energy for positive things. I do believe that. Like, I think if you go in with positive energy, you get positive results. You know, so like your brain can trick you to have a good day or not. You know what I mean? Like if you wake up and be like, I'm not feeling it, you're going to have a bad day. You know what I mean? I believe that. Because she's obviously trying to get famous off of me, so that's fine. I never asked to be famous, but okay.
Again, I'm going to reiterate the same exact value, moral principle across the board here. It's always the people that are accusing others of clout chasing, of wanting clout, of seeking fame, of seeking attention, that are the ones that are doing it. They're also the people that are trying to censor others and stop free speech. That's like Gypsy and her little cult of minions trying, this person hurt my feelings and they're rude to me, because they're going to expose the truth. Or they're going to say their thoughts and feelings, which are protected by federal law, by basic human rights, civil and constitutional rights. So this girl coming to the internet and saying whatever her experience was is just you trying to stop the truth. And you can't do that. The fact that you want other people to go over there and give that girl hate is disgusting and despicable, and shows you just how disgusting some of these people that others idolize online truly are. Because good, decent human beings don't incite other people to go harass somebody just because they're unhappy with what was said or done. The girl doesn't even have 3,000 followers. She's a far cry away from 10,000 that you need to even apply for any kind of creator rewards program. And you have to have consistent good content to be able to even apply. The girl cannot be clout chasing you, Ryan. You're not famous, remember? Clout? What clout? I don't give nobody no clout. But then you're over here accusing her, right? Saying that she's just trying to get famous off of you. In the same breath that you're saying you're not famous. You're not. And I'm not going to sit here and listen to no crap from nobody, because for the last 3 years, I know what I've done. I know what I've shared. I know what I have obtained and paid for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Freedom of Information Act requests myself. 2023, 24, 25, 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. That is 14 that I have gotten myself and have paid for and have generously shared, because the truth matters. And the truth in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case is, Ryan, it doesn't matter if you were together for 5 years. You were barely married in person for not even 50 days before she was already talking to her ex and planning on leaving you. It's been over 2 years. She had a whole 9-month pregnancy, allegedly. She gave birth to a whole baby. That whole baby turned 1 already, allegedly. And it's been a few more months. It's been 2 years, Ryan, okay? Ain't nobody out here trying to clout chase off of you. You do not get enough views for these videos about you to even make money. let alone are you getting your ex monetized or in the creator rewards program or paid, right? She's allowed to say whatever she thinks and feels. That is what it is. But the fact that you are trying to actively censor and stop people from talking about their experience and their truth is just absolutely despicable, because that's exactly what Gypsy Rose Blanchard does. Since she got out and had all of these shows and book deals, of course, you can go see my video on YouTube about that, because you guys all know the Gypsy Rose Blanchard agenda was meant to do nothing but make her a lot of money while suppressing other real survivors and victims. But also, since she got out on December 28th of 2023, did you know that over 24 young teens or adults have taken the lives of their parents or step-parents? And in some way, shape, or form, tried to talk about it or monetize it or get news coverage because of it, thinking that they're going to get famous and that they're going to get wealthy just like Gypsy. What if I told you that Gypsy Rose Blanchard lied to the world? And there's a lot of people that know it. What if I told you that I have a video from my own Freedom of Information Act request where she admits that her mom did not know that she couldn't walk until she was 19 in 2011 when she got caught, proving that she herself had Munchausen syndrome? But ain't nobody out here to hurt you, Ryan. In fact, everybody was rooting for you for 2 years, but people are tired of you treating women like shit, using people for money and gifts to fund your lifestyle, and lying about why you really got fired. And the name calling.
I'm not clout chasing, but yep. See, I do not lie. I haven't lied about anything 2 years now, and I don't lie, so whatever. But she's obviously trying to get famous off of me, so I love Gypsy. Right, and the first moment she gets, now she's attention seeking. But it does bother me that now she's clout chasing. Clout chasing? Why? I don't give nobody no clout. Things about money with me, it's not. Yeah, who cares? It's views. I guess you're right. Here the boy comes out. I've never lied. I don't lie to y'all. I've never lied. You know, some people don't realize that, but, you know, it's human nature to watch train wrecks. Well, all aboard. I don't know, maybe clout chasing, I don't know. I have to be careful with that. I mean, I'm kind of known a little bit. I don't think I'm famous by any means. I don't. I love Gypsy gave you fame you wanted. I didn't want fame. I love people saying I'm using her for clout. I'm not, guys. Like, I'm on the show too. Clout chasing? Why? I don't give nobody no clout.
What Ryan Anderson doesn't seem to understand is that people don't hate him. They don't dislike him. They don't wish him malice or ill intent or anything bad. He wants to accuse everybody of being a liar and everybody of being a clout chaser, everybody being an attention seeker. One day he's famous, the next day he's not. One day he's famous, the next day he's not. One day he's saying clout, I don't give nobody no clout. The next day, not even 13 hours later, he's accusing somebody of clout chasing him. Let me make this very clear to you, Ryan. Nobody is making money off of videos about you. And you have to have at least 10,000 followers here on TikTok to even apply for the Creator Rewards program. And that doesn't mean that you're going to get approved. You have to have original content. And you have to have consistent content in order to even be approved or even reach to where you can apply to hopefully then be approved. But accusing people of making money off of you and videos of you being clipped, right there. In fact, some of these can actually be bad for your platform. But as far as Gypsy Rose Blanchard, yes, she lied to the whole world. Yes, she got a plea deal because of corruption and politics. Yes, she lied about her life. She lied about her crime. She lied about her mom. She lied about Nick. And Ryan, you yourself has had access to all of this. People have given you access to this. Access to all of the Freedom of Information Act requests. Because right here, I've gotten over 14. The case file and the evidence don't lie. Here's Gypsy Rose once again trying to convince everybody why she deleted her fundraiser for Make-A-Wish from all of her YouTube videos. No, because it didn't go over the way that she thought it was going to. In the comments, Gypsy was pushing everybody to go watch her YouTube videos. Why? So she can get the ad revenue from you watching the video. But then clicking on her link for the fundraiser for Make-A-Wish for you to donate. Do you know that is simultaneously doing a couple things. And it's not for altruism. It's not for giving back because you want to give back. It's because you want the ad revenue and the views on your YouTube videos. You want to look like you're a good person and you're a decent person and you're trying to give back. You want the credit for other people's hard-earned money and donations. You want to look like you're rehabilitated, reformed, and you're a better person now than the person who took the life of your mom, lied on Nick, abused and harmed a whole bunch of people, causing trauma since being released in the last 2 years. And that you're not a liar. It's like the people that go around giving free haircuts, free clothes, free food, and free money to homeless people, yet you're literally taking people that are addicted or on alcohol or people that are homeless in the worst state of their life and recording them so you can be monetized, so you can look like a good person, so you can look holier than thou and superior. Look at me, I'm such a great person. So you can get subscribers, so you can get views, so you can get placated and ass kissed. Oh, you're such a great person. Look at what you're doing. No, because a real good, decent human being would not do that to other humans. Record them in the worst state of their entire life and then put it on the internet to globally humiliate them. It's the same thing, except for Gypsy wants everybody to go donate to Make-A-Wish so she can get the credit for your hard-earned money and your donation. So she can say, look at how much money I raised, even though it's not her money. So she can get the ad revenue from you clicking on her videos and watching her videos. So she can push everybody to go over there and subscribe. Again, that is not altruism. That is not giving back. That is with strings attached. That's like somebody who wants to donate $5, but then they're bitching and complaining about where did my $5 go and how was it spent. There's a different motive for the fundraiser. I see that's the problem that people have and why she collected no money. And people were calling her out because she didn't even donate. Again, proving that this is not altruism. This is psychological egoism. Now, it is always great to give back. It is always great to donate. It's great to share that. It's great to urge other people who are in a situation to be able to give back to do that also. But that's not what this is. You know she dirty deleted like she always does because her own clowns won't even go support her. They're tired of it, Gypsy.
Crazy. I feel like I'm getting engaged to, so I need my nails.
Mia is her biggest trigger, but you know that's going to send Gypsy Rose Blanchard right over the edge. She ain't just going to pull up to that ledge. She's going to go all the way over it and crash out on her way down. Somebody who has an obsession with being married. Remember this with Nick? Remember this with Nick? Ryan also trying to bait Ken into actually buying a ring. Oh, and then there's that whole part where he goes into a jewelry store and comes out empty-handed. Guess he thought twice about that one. But I really can't say I blame you, Ken. Then she's over here not even telling the difference between garlic and onion. Trying to be the Temu version of Little Miss Rachel Ray over here. See how she's trying to emphasize her hand? Gypsy, you ain't fooling nobody. Everybody said that you got secretly engaged almost a year ago. That you guys had talked about it and you agreed that you are going to get married. But this obsession with rings, having to solidify a relationship just for it to not even work out. Let's not forget how Ken Urker, you're treating him exactly how you treated Nick. Exactly how you manipulated Nick. Forcing him to wear a promise ring. Trying to force a marriage proposal. Trying to manipulate a marriage. Like I said, he went into a whole ring shop and came out empty-handed because what he did not know is that the CEO of A&E Network and Lifetime was already ready to drop your ass because Gypsy Rose Blanchard was a legal liability when she had been talking to TMZ as a direct source, breaking her non-disclosure agreement. And also, People Magazine. Let's not forget the things that she said about you, Ken. First, the D is fire with Ryan. Then when she's mad at him, she's over here calling People Magazine and TMZ, and it's no longer the fire. In fact, it was bad. An LIMP. But she was out here already starting this crap with you, Ken, over a year ago. She lost the spark. She doesn't get enough help. She doesn't get enough comfort and cuddles and words of affirmation. You know what the sad part is everybody was rooting for Gypsy Rose Blanchard to have very intensive psychotherapy and cognitive behavioral therapy and actually have a future and prove that our legal system and our mass incarceration system can work and rehabilitate people. But all she's proven is that people don't change. Everybody that's around her becomes the worst version of themselves, and their lives crash and burn. The same way she's about to crash out because her sister's going to be engaged for real before her. Instead of, actually trying to be a better person, she's just trying to convince the world she is. There's a difference.
Bree, however, has court on Monday. Bree, I'm wishing you all of the best. Truly. Like, I want to see you come out of this as a better person. That's my hope.
Mental health and addiction is very common, especially in the United States of America. And it is a very serious topic. But what Audrey said, and for some reason it will not let me stitch or duet her video. It keeps closing the app every time I try. Her genuine hope that this reminds Bree or pushes her in a positive, proactive direction to take care of some of these things, to maybe not go down this route, to seek real help, because there are so many supports and resources that you can utilize for your positive maximum benefit if you want. I know that she feels that this is her personal private business, but when you do this out on a public road and you're doing this out in public and you get in trouble, and then you also are close to somebody who is infamous for taking the life of her mother, lying on Nick, and then all of the other things surrounding the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, people are going to be interested. And it wasn't even content creators who broke this. I have showed you in previous videos that Yahoo News and even TMZ had this. And then it went all over Reddit before it started blowing up on TikTok. Of course, everybody wants the best for Bree. I have always gotten so much shit because I don't dislike Bree. I really don't. I think that she has the potential to, I don't know, maybe help and be a voice for a lot of people. But I think that comes at the cost of her one friendship with Gypsy. The last year and a half, nearly 2 years now, I've just seen some of the craziest things that I never thought I would see in my adult life. I know people want to keep, and this is very common in addiction, you want to keep it secret. You feel like it's your private business. Same thing with mental health, but it doesn't push you outside of your box to be a better person. And I really hope that for her too. I do. I know what it's like. I have had a lot of people close to me, 3 family members, 2 cousins and an uncle pass away from OD. I have many friends who have passed away from OD. So this is something that is very sensitive for me. But as far as Gypsy Rose Blanchard, just because people didn't see you doing it on TikTok doesn't mean that that's not what was really happening. People do wish the best for Bree. They do pray for her. They do hope that this is a turning point for her. But you know what? This is also the result and the symptom of being close to Gypsy Rose Blanchard for the last 2 years. Your life has gone downhill and not better. And that's the kind of impact she's had as a friend.
Be wrong. She allegedly told people that you told her you're still in love with Gypsy.
My God. I said I just got through. I'm not ready to be tied down again. To get famous off of me, so I love Gypsy.
Yes, Ryan Anderson just a couple days ago slipped up and said, I love Gypsy. And he also slipped up on a live with somebody else and said, I love my wife. If you go and look at his second interview with the Sarah Fraser show, he admits that he had been talking to a woman for the last couple months. Now, this was over a month ago. He also says that she is coming to visit him next month. He also admits to Sarah Fraser that he has days where he's still in love with Gypsy and days where he is not. Days where he does believe that she's really the girl that he fell in love with, and days where he knows that's not true. Meaning that he's coming to terms with the fact that he never really knew her. You know why he really broke it off?
I came back home on Sunday, the 8th of February, and he told me that at night on Thursday, the 12th. So 4 days. And everything was normal between
So the bigger question is, why did he suddenly lose interest in this person that he had invested the last couple months in talking to? Guess who was told that he had a woman at his house and started texting him? All I gotta say on that is prove me wrong. Because the same live a couple days ago where he said, I love Gypsy, he also said, yeah, I got text messages that say otherwise. And he blocked when somebody said something about Gypsy. And Gypsy also posted this to deflect away from the fact that she has been talking to Ryan. Like I said, prove me wrong. She's never going to release her cell phone data to prove that she has not spoken to him, but I'm telling you, Gypsy is still in contact with Ryan. I would place a bet on it. Gypsy Rose Blanchard took down her Make-A-Wish Foundation fundraiser, which she was linking to all of her YouTube videos. She got so much backlash because not only did she not lead by example and make a donation, she was putting a link on all of her YouTube videos and telling people in the comments to go watch the YouTube video so she can get the ad revenue, so she can grow her channel and get subscribers. That's manipulation, by the way. That's not organic. But so she can get the credit for your hard-earned money, for your donation, while simultaneously trying to make herself look like the better person for having put a fundraiser link on there. Anybody with a YouTube account or channel can do this. This is something that YouTube rolled out almost a year ago. But she received so much backlash that she took it down. And then she received even more backlash. She's putting it back up. And she says this: keeping it real and keeping it positive. I just donated $500 to Make-A-Wish and committed to $70 a month. Let's focus on the good, helping kids get their wishes. If you're inspired, I'd love to see others join too. Let's make a difference together. Giving back is always a good thing. I don't think people should be giving her shit if she's genuinely donating and this comes out of a good place from her heart. But knowing Gypsy Rose Blanchard, it doesn't. She did this as a result of the backlash, and it shouldn't take people having to tell her for her to do this. Since this was her idea in the first place, to get subscribers, to push people to her videos, to push people to donate, so she can take the credit for raising the money, so she can take credit for your donation, so she can look like she's moving in a positive and more proactive direction, so she can look like she's changed, so she can look like she's rehabilitated. One thing I know for sure is donating in charity is always good, but when people have different motives for why they're doing it, especially because they want to grow their channel, they want to get subscribers, they want you to think that they're a good person, or they want to take credit for how much money they raised when it's not even their money. It's your money. But they also want to monetize their TikTok videos, their battles, their lives, and or their YouTube channel, and their content across different platforms. But it's the same thing when she said, oh, now she's Christian. It's a way to deflect other devout, faithful, God-fearing people from judging her. Everybody is imperfect, and everybody sins, and everybody is going to judge one point or another in their life. You can't be retried. We already know the truth. It's okay, Gypsy. It's okay. You can tell people the truth now. People will never trust you, especially with their money. Gypsy Rose Blanchard should never attach her name to Make-A-Wish, any charity, nonprofit, 501c, fundraiser, anything, especially given her and her mother's history with not only Make-A-Wish, but with other societies, charities, fundraisers, GoFundMes, Facebook fundraisers, etc. We know her rebrands go over like a lead balloon the way common sense does for the average human. She's not stable nor consistent with anything. She's fixated on Make-A-Wish because her critics are. But Gypsy Rose Blanchard claims to be a born-again Christian. She even told Nick that she was a good Catholic girl. Then why are you not talking about the Christian genocide in Nigeria? I have donated as much as I can to 6 different charities and foundations because of this, what is happening in Nigeria. Yet it doesn't get the views, it doesn't get the attention, but it's much needed. Do you have any idea how many children have been orphaned because of the Christian genocide in Nigeria? The Religious Freedom Coalition, Heart for the Persecuted, Open Doors, Global Giving, The Samaritan's Purse, Save the Children UK, Alliance, Defending Freedom International. There are so many things happening in the world right now that you could be focusing on, especially if you claim to be a Christian. But you don't care about that, do you, Gypsy? You only care about what is going to rebrand your image and your platform to keep earning you ad revenue and some kind of monetary gain. That's why you are fixated on Make-A-Wish. When if you were smart, you would realize that you even mentioning Make-A-Wish doesn't change anything. It does not erase your past. It doesn't erase your mother's past. It does not erase the fact that you are going to always make Make-A-Wish be viewed in a negative light because they didn't even do any vetting or corroborating over the people they're giving thousands of dollars to. And that comes from other people's generosity and donations. If you want Make-A-Wish to continue doing what they do, leave them alone and never mention their name again. And if you want to donate to Make-A-Wish, do it directly. They have multiple different chapters. You can outreach online, on a website, on their socials.